My nan's last wish was to have a cat wreath at her funeral. Nanny absolutely loved cats. She absolutely just took in all ways and strays. She had 14 when she died. Absolutely just loved them. And they didn't just sleep on the edge of her bed, they slept in her bed, tucked up with her. And I did actually wonder that Grandad, he used to spend most of his time down in the shed at the bottom of the garden, tucked away, and that was his zone, he was in there. And I did wonder maybe he had some sort of allergy to cats, but he wasn't in the house very much. And you know, that was the way they lived. She just, you know, all these cats and Grandad out there. And the thing is that I just absolutely bloody hate cats. I really, really hate them. Love my nan, but absolutely hate cats. And I just can't stand them. And I used to love it when Nanny came round to see us, Nanny and Grandad. It was just fantastic. It just was fun coming round, and it was brilliant. But that was in our home, and we don't have any cats. So when we used to go around there, and we just hate it in the car. Like, Mum would be like, right, we're going to see Nanny now. And you'd be like, not wanting to get out of bed, or you know, and Mum would just come in and pull the duvet off and fling out the curtains. We're going to Nanny's. And they'd be like, oh God, I really don't want to go. Because the thing is that you get in the car and you'd be like, hold on for dear life, and you're just like, I really don't want to get there. Because the thing is that as the car was like coming up the road towards the house, it wasn't even like near the house, we just go around the corner, and suddenly you were hit by these catness in the air. It was just totally, just the smell, it was just awful. And I just couldn't bear it. And then you get to the house, and the thing that was always the worst thing, more than the smell, was that you'd have to have the obligatory glass of orange juice. And what I always hated about that is that it'd just be like, slightly there with one eye open, just like, oh God, please, please, just don't let it happen this time. I'd be like, here's your glass of orange juice. And they'd give it to me, and I'd be looking, and I'd like, be getting closer to my hand, and looking at it like, and there would be the lingering cat hair on the rim of the glass. And I'd have to just pretend it's not there. And just like, in one, eyes closed, down it goes, and put it away. And it was just, yeah. And it would always be like, my brother and I would be like, I hope you haven't got that. And he'd always be a little big smug grin if he didn't have that. And but that's what it was like going to Nanny's. You know, love her and everything. The thing is that, going back to the cat wreath that she wanted, we were like, can we not just get like Nan and letters? And we were like, no, she wanted this, we've got to honour that. It's absolutely fine, we've got to have this. So we were like, well, what do we do? And we were like, Tigger, it's going to be Tigger, the orange and white puss that she had in her ginger tom, and we're going to do that. And my stepdad found this picture and went to the florist and said, can you make this into a cat wreath? They were like, what, do you want it flat? Do you want it 3D? What sort of thing do you want? We were like, what can you do with flowers? We were like, yeah, surprises kind of thing. Anyway, a week passes and my stepdad goes to the florist to pick up this cat wreath, and he picked it up, and he just rings me in the evening, and he says, got a cat wreath? Not quite what I was expecting. And obviously it's the day before the funeral, so you can't do anything about it. So I was like, it's fine. So the day of the funeral arrives, and it's a very, very solemn occasion, the funeral. You're all in black, you know, get rid of the bright eyeshadow, you know, it's just completely neutral, you know, beige tights, everything is just completely, you know, everyone's looking the same. It's this solemn occasion. And we're all standing outside Nanny's house, and suddenly the hearse starts to come down the road. And I looked down, and it's like all my family are all lined up. My sister's at one end, and I'm right down the other end. And suddenly this hearse is coming down the road, and I look at, suddenly hear this squeak. And I'm like, what the hell's that? And I look up, and my sister's laughing. And I'm just like, oh my God, what's she laughing at? And suddenly, as the hearse is pulling down the road, this sort of Mexican wave of sniggeringness starts coming down this line of people. And I'm like, what the hell is it? And there's something in the hearse. And as it pulls right down, I'm looking in the back of the hearse, hearse, and the window's small at the back, and I can't quite see. And I'm just like, what on earth is going on? And it's supposed to be solemn, it's decorum, holding it together. It's like this really intimate, personal day, and everyone's laughing. So the back of the hearse opens, and there it is. Is it roadkill? Bacchus? I don't know what this thing, this bunch of orange mush actually is, but there it is, and I just get the most incredible hysterics, and I just can't stop giggling, and it's just really awful, and I can't look at my sister, and I can't look at anybody, and I just really can't control it. And we go into the service, and I still can't control it, and it's just awful. And like, the coffin comes in, and the cat wreath's on it, and I'm on the end of the aisle right next to this bloody thing, and I'm just there, and I'm just like, I can't keep it together, and I just keep giggling and sniggling, and everyone's turning around and looking at me, and then everyone's looking at their feet because they can't, you know, it's just awful, and I had to leave. I had to leave my nan's funeral halfway through, and I feel so bad. I just feel really awful. It's just really thing, and I had to say to my mum I didn't feel well, and she still thinks that to this day, and it's really horrible, and I feel really bad. And the next week, we went back to the graveside, and the cat wreath was sat there, but it didn't look like it looked before. Like now, all the flowers have died, and you realise what they make these things from. And it's like chicken wire. And you know, like those wobbly eyes you get, like teddies? They were there on on sticks, like wobbling still in the wind. And it's just like nothing, just horrible. And the thing is that my Auntie Joan was taking photographs. I mean, who takes photographs at a funeral? My Auntie Joan was there taking photos. You know what I mean? You're there, and you're like, always like, this is one of me in the coffin. You know, it's just like really inappropriate. It's just so awful. And you also feel like this is going to be this record, this public display of grief, this really intimate, personal day. You know, this collective coming together, this sort of celebration, this tribute to someone's life. And you're going to feel, you think, it's going to be on record now. And that's just awful, you know, someone's going to make a judgment on, they didn't look very upset, did they? You know, there's going to be this judgment made about you. So it was really awful. And yeah, just pretty terrible. I really think she shouldn't have been taking photographs. And she sent us some of the photographs.